had been married for like 5 years plus without having any children. Nothing was wrong with us because we had done tests and all of that. Nothing medically was wrong with us. But we still didn't have children. And it wasn't as if we're having miscarriages. It was only once, I think, in the entire 5 years plus, because it was in the sixth year that I finally had a baby. For the entire period, it wasn't as if we were having miscarriages. It was only once. And so we had gone through some things in the sense that when we met the doctors and they gave us timetable, told us sex. Okay, I had a problem or not seeing my menses regularly. The monthly flow wasn't monthly for me. It was sometimes 2 months, and I would think that as pregnant, and I'll go and check I wasn't pregnant. So it continued like that, and then finally we saw a gynecologist who put us on a drug called Clomid to make the period regular. It still didn't really help. And then to add insult to injury, they gave us a timetable. And on that timetable, we're supposed to have like scheduled sex. If you have sex today, you won't have sex tomorrow. We tried it, but it was mechanical. And it was as if all our sexual encounters had become just trying to have a baby. And so we jettisoned it. We just threw it away and said, to hell. Let's see how it goes. And we went back to the flow of just enjoying ourselves. Then I won't tell you how it ended up. But you see, this topic, what I'm going to be sharing now is what I shared in a closed Facebook group. And it was to women trying to conceive. But I know that this video is not just for the women, it's for the husband and wife, because this trying to conceive is not a one person's challenge. It is both husband and wife. And so today I'm going to be sharing with you sex when trying to conceive. Sex when trying to conceive. I know it can be very challenging when it's as if you do month in, month out, and there is nothing to show for the work you guys are doing in the bedroom. Oh, but don't be discouraged. Just take the words that I'm going to be sharing with you and run with the words, so that at the end of the day you will have your children, but you will enjoy the journey of having your children. So today my topic is sex while trying to conceive. Sex while trying to conceive. Please, as you watch this video, don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Share it. One couple may just be saved. One couple may just be happier for it. And one couple may just have their situations resolved for the better by this video. So I'm going to be sharing on the topic sex while trying to conceive. But I need you to realize certain things. If you find yourself in this season, if this is the season of your life right now, that both of you have been married for a while and then you've been trying to conceive and it's not happening, then sex has become mechanical or sex has become a chore, please relax, get a book and write down the following things I'm going to be sharing. One, I need you to realize that you are in this thing together. It starts from there. It starts from there. It's not, my wife has not had a child yet, because that's what we see a lot in this part of our world. She hasn't had a child yet. Oh, no, we don't. No, it's we are waiting to have children. Oh, our children are on the way. Or we don't have children yet. We are trying to conceive. We are in this thing together. You must see yourself as a team. You must see yourself as a team. So please drop the blame game. Even if you have gone through medical investigations, diagnosis and everything, and you find out that one party has a challenge in that area, maybe the sperm count is low, maybe the eggs are not being released, maybe there's a hormonal imbalance, one issue or the other. It is not her problem. It is not his problem. It is our problem. So please drop the blame game. Do you know why? Do you know why? Sex cannot be exciting in a blame trading zone. Sex cannot be exciting in a blame trading zone where both of you are saying it's his fault, it's her fault, it's what she did in the past. If she didn't have those abortions, those number of abortions, she will be having children. Who said? There are people who married as virgins and it took them years to have children. So I'm not saying that having abortion is a good thing. No. Oh, but if it was in the past, it's in the past. Yesterday ended last night. So don't bring it up again. It has nothing, most likely nothing, to do with the state of not having children now. So cut off the blame game. Otherwise, you can't enjoy sex, because in your mind that this blinders just come on. So there is no way. It becomes a real burden. So number one, you guys are together. We are a team. We're in this thing together. And number two, get the pressure off. I need to say this. Get the pressure off. I know some of you are under intense pressure from family. Sometimes it's not even your spouses. Both of you are not giving yourselves pressure, but pressure from friends. Trust us in Africa. Trust us in this part of the world. From the wedding, the pressure has begun. From the wedding day, even as they are praying or they are even you will see baby bath. You know these baths for babies. The things they give you, they are telling you that. And sometimes the MC will even say, in 9 months' time we are coming. Who told you that we are ready in 9 months' time? So the pressure starts from the beginning. But you see, you cannot enjoy sex. And when you don't enjoy sex, the quality of the sperm, I don't want to preempt myself, but I needed to bring this up now. The quality of the sperm is affected. So take the pressure off. You cannot achieve peak performance when there is pressure to perform. Even in football, even in sports. You cannot achieve peak performance when there is intense pressure. Sometimes the pressure makes your body to shut down. And so your body can't even produce enough juice for a woman to lubricate your vagina so that you can have wonderful sex. Because all you're thinking is, will it happen this night? Oh, is it this night I will conceive? Oh, there's so much pressure. You put so much pressure on yourself. Sometimes the pressure are even self-imposed. You're married to a family who is not pressurizing you, who is not asking you questions. Like me, I was married to a family and I bless God for my in-laws. Oh, I have been blessed all round. I bless God for my in-laws. I never had issues of, my mother-in-law calling to say, what is happening now? We have waited, we haven't seen any baby. I didn't have that. And I'm so grateful to God. Some of you may be in similar situations that I was in. Some of you may have those kind of in-laws. So sometimes your pressure is self-imposed. You put it on yourself. But you see, you can't enjoy sex when there is intense pressure. So sometimes you've got to step away from it and say, I refuse to allow my life to be defined by the fact that I don't have children. So you must get to that stage in your life that you refuse to allow your life to be defined by the fact that you don't have children yet. Not that you don't even have children, because you will have. But that for the period you don't have, don't put your life on hold. So get the pressure off. Get the pressure off. This is the time that you need to reaffirm your love for each other. See, part of getting the pressure off is that on some days, you may not necessarily need to have sex. You just hold each other and you tell each other that you got married not just because of children, but because of XYZ, other things that you saw. And I'm grateful. I tell you guys, I've been blessed all around. I am grateful for the fact that I have a husband who stepped up and who reassured me in that period when we were waiting. He told me one of those days, I didn't get married to you just to have children. I married you for companionship because I loved you and I wanted you in my life. So even if we don't have children, I will still be married to you. I know some men are not like that, but I pray that you, the husband that you have, or you that is a husband listening, I pray that you can reassure your wife and get the pressure off and tell her, I married you not just because, and you see, this is not just peculiar to my husband. When I was talking to someone about this, I had a counseling session with someone a few weeks ago. She told me that was what her husband told her. Her husband told her these exact words. That, okay, if we don't have children again, would we be happy in our marriage? That's the question you should ask yourself. So if you, God forbid, but if you don't have children, would you live a miserable life all the days of your life on earth? So you need to reaffirm yourself that you are okay. Cuddle each other, even on those days that you don't want to have sex. Just cuddle and reaffirm your love for each other. Number 3, please change your focus. Remember, I'm telling you, how you can have sex and it will be fulfilling and wonderful during this season while you're waiting to conceive. This video may be a bit longer, but just watch, listen, and learn, because it will help you. And so number 3, I said change your focus. Shift the aim of your sexual encounters from only conception, to enjoyment. Change your focus, change your perspectives, change the way you look at this. All your sexual encounters shouldn't be aimed with a singular objective of conception. No, sex will be boring, it will be a drag, it will be a chore. So change. Let it not just be about conception. Now begin to redefine it. Make it enjoyment. Let the focus be, oh, I want to pleasure my wife. Oh, I want to pleasure my husband. Honey, I want to serve you with my body today. Oh, honey, this is just for 2 of us. Baby enters, fine. Baby does not enter, no problem. We move on. But this is about 2 of us. Because one of the purpose of marriage is that sexual intimacy. It is that companionship. And I tell you, there is no closest relationship between 2 human beings than a husband's body being fused with his wife's body in sex. No closest relationship than that. Your heart on my heart, our heartbeats beating together, your penis in my vagina, and we are together. There is no stronger intimacy like that. So move from just conception to enjoyment, to exercising and experiencing the benefit of being in marriage with the man or woman you fell in love with, and then expressing that love through sex. So change your focus of sexual encounters from enjoyment, from conception to enjoyment. You see why it's important, so that you don't. I tell myself I can't lose both ways. So that even if nothing happened in the sense that there was no conception, at least I had a good time while trying. So I won't be overly disappointed when the period comes out. Ooh, but I had mind-blowing sex all through. Yes, I enjoyed myself. Nothing missing, nothing broken. But you see, you will be disappointed, you will be frustrated when you don't even enjoy the act and there is nothing to show for your wahala. As we say in this part, there's nothing to show for the problem, for all the stress you went through to have that sex. Boring, drag, and a very unexciting sex. And then there was no baby at the end of the day. So why don't you make the journey worthwhile? Learn to enjoy the journey of conception. Learn to enjoy it. Have mind-blowing sex while at it. Because when you're having sex, like you're communicating to your partner, I love your body, I love you, this gives me pleasure. Yes, we're going to have children, but until the children come, can we have fun? I hope I'm helping somebody. And this will also make it pleasurable. This will make it something for your husband or for your wife to look up to look forward to. So please make it number 4 or number 5. I think it's number 4. Make it fun. While at it, make it fun. While at it, make it fun. And under this make it fun, I'm going to go deeper now. You've got to change routine. Yes, change routine. Change locations. Change routine, change locations. Nobody says that conception will only happen by one position, and usually the missionary style. Who told you that? Change it. Tear that your paper. Oh, that schedule they gave to you, tear it, throw it away. And then all those old wives' tales that they say you need to be a woman needs to be on her back, and then husband is on the missionary. You know the missionary style. Throw it away. Nobody says so. I ask people, how many sex entered Mary the Virgin for her to conceive? And then you have sex, how many sperm entered Mary the Virgin for her to conceive? And then you have sperm floating inside of you. Like how many millions or whatever, I'm not a doctor, medical doctor, or sperm inside of you. And you think one, you just need only one. It's only one you need. You don't need too many. So anywhere, any position you adopt, conception can happen. Any position you adopt, you may not even know when it happens. Oh, let me share my story again. You know, I didn't conclude. And so one of those days, I was waiting. I started seeing the signs that my period was about to come out, the cramps and all of that. And I was like, and it was towards Valentine. I remembered very well. It was in February of that year. Oh, and I was waiting. I said, oh, I just expected because I was feeling all the signs, the cramps. I even started taking some painkillers. I started taking some painkillers to stop the pain and all of that. So I just told myself, I said, please, now can you wait? Let me enjoy Valentine with my husband before you come out. Please. I know you want to come out. I can see all the signs. I was talking to my body. I know you want to come out. I can see all the signs. Because at this point, I'd stopped thinking about all my sexual encounters, making it about conception. No. At this point in my life, or at that point in my life, I was just catching cruise, enjoying my life with the husband of my youth, knowing that along the way babies will come. But I didn't want, and I knew that no 2 times are similar. No 2 times are exactly the same. And that if I lose this period of having this bonding and this enjoyment with my husband, that it may take a longer time after the children have come and grown and left for us to get to that thing, if we will ever. So I said, at every stage in my life, I came to realize that every point in my life I should take the best out of it, enjoy it. And so at that period, that season, I'd already made up my mind that I was going to be enjoying my life, enjoying sex, having it anyhow and anytime I wanted it. Having it anyhow and anytime I wanted it. And so what happened? I was waiting for it to come, and it wasn't, I just begged it. I said, please don't come. Please. So let me enjoy this Valentine with my husband. Please don't come. That was what I was just telling you. So on the Valentine's Day, I'd already made all the arrangements. I knew we were not going out because the town could be very crazy on Valentine's. Most joints, most areas and restaurants and all where we could eat and would be very, very cramped. So we don't go out on Valentine's Day. So I'd done all that, prepared, and then I wore a very hot dress. I'd gotten some candles. I put off the lights, put on the candles. I was waiting for my husband to come back from work. I got back home earlier than him that day, and so I was all dressed up. We're just put of us in the house. We didn't have anybody living with us. And then I wore very hot short red dress. I wore heels, and I posed when I heard him entering the house. He said, what's all this for? I said, yes, it's for Valentine. We're not going out, but we're having Valentine at home. And then we had Valentine. I didn't know I was already pregnant. I didn't know. But the next day, because I'd spotted, so I said, at this period, you want to come out now, just wait. So the next day, he didn't come out again. So I was wondering. I just told my husband, it's like, I'm pregnant. So I went to do test. Lo and behold, I was. And that was how I gave birth to my first son. So see, make it fun. And you see, that day we didn't have sex in the room. We had it on the sitting room. So change your routine. Change your location. It would happen when you don't even know. It will happen when you don't even know. So sex while trying to conceive, instead of doing it only on the bed, can you move to the sitting room, to the rug on your sitting room floor? Can you go there and have it hot? Can you do it on your couch in your parlor? Especially when you're living alone, you have liberty. Change location, change routine. Wife, can you surprise your husband in the office and clear his desk if he has an office to himself and say, babe, I came to serve you lunch. Lift him up on the table and go at it. So make it fun. You see, by the time you make it fun, it takes the pressure off the fact that you haven't conceived yet. And truly, one of those encounters may just be it, and it will click. But meanwhile, you've enjoyed yourself, your relationship is getting sweeter with your husband. Make it exciting. Invest in some beautiful lingerie. Let it not be that everything, then let me go to the last one, because I don't want to make this video unusually longer. Let me go to the last one. Okay, you talk about issue. No, before the last one, let me talk about the issue of frequency. Yes, it's been known that the more you have sex, the more chances are that you would conceive. So all those waiting until ovulation period to have sex won't cut it, because you don't know when. And let me tell you, whether you have sex just before ovulation so that it will now click within the ovulation period the consistency of the sperm or the quality of the sperm is not affected by the fact that it has stayed up so long in the body and then it releases boom during the ovulation period. No, ask your doctor, ask your gyno. They will tell you that's not correct. So the more you have sex, the more chances. But it's important that, like, remember when I talked about phone, doctors have, I think it's Ellington PhD, there's a doctor that has said, Dr. Ellington, yes, Dr. Ellington said that when sex is pleasurable for a man, when a man enjoys it, that he gets so excited. Of course, it's so exciting, and then the sperm bank fills up and it releases quality. The ejaculation, yes, the ejaculation rate is higher, and then it releases quality sperm. Quality, not one watery thing, because the heightened excitement pushes out more sperm, and more quality sperm. And it is with quality sperm that most likely there can be conception. So the issue of frequency and the enjoyment part of it, very important. So wife, instead of waiting to only when there is ovulation, you know that your ovulation is near and then you have sex, you don't need to do that. You can decide to do like 3-4 times a week and it will still fall. Remember that there's a number of days that the sperm can stay viable in the body. So you can do 3-4 times a week and then you will still enjoy sex. And finally on that one, please, I beg you, take down your trousers. I am ovulating, won't cut it. Some wives, they'll just call you, honey, I knew I had someone like that. Yes, she would, when she sees that, there's a sign, a mucus sign during ovulation. When she sees it and she's in the office, she will call her husband, honey, I'm ovulating, let's go home. You see that your husband begins to feel used. And so he loses interest in sex. And he's looking at himself as, maybe I'm just a baby making machine. She just needs my body because she wants to get the sperm and have babies. You begin to send, because sex is connected to a man's sense of self-worth and his manliness and manhood. Whenever you keep rejecting your husband when it comes to sex because it's not the time, it sends a message that you don't dig him, you don't want him, he's not needed. You only need him when you will get something in return, and which is possibility of having a baby. So all those telling, honey, pull down your trousers, it's time, honey, come, it's time now, because you're ovulating. No, it won't do. It makes sex very mechanical, and the man begins to resent you in his heart. And of course, sex cannot be interesting, cannot be exciting, cannot be beautiful when there is resentment in the heart of a man. When there is resentment. So don't make all your sexual encounters about ovulation and about having children. If there's nothing you take home from this video, take this from this video, that you will enjoy sex while you're waiting to conceive, that babies will come along the journey. You will enjoy this journey. Your husband needs to know that you love him and you appreciate him, not just because he's a sperm donor. Your wife too needs to know that you love her, you honor her, and that you appreciate her, not because she's a carrier of eggs and that she's capable of having children or incapable of having children. So please don't make all your time when you're trying to conceive about conception. It's not yet my ovulation. Let me save the sperm. Let me save the egg. No. You don't need to do that. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. My name is Tara Dita Ojoko, and I am the love doctor and sex apostle. I teach people how to have the best kind of marriage, particularly in the area of sex. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I want to see your comments. Let me know what further areas you would like me to talk about in this particular, when it comes to this kind of topic, or even sex generally. I'm here to ensure that you have the best kind of sex ever with your spouse. God bless you. See you later.